Sanje Chedan Sogi Chonam Lai Changjo Bardo Dani Jazoji Dagi Jesu Gibi Sanam Jin Dolai Bench Sanje Dubai Shoy Semjen Tamjen Deva Dan Devi Gudan Dembai Gyurjin Dungal Dan Dungal Chinjut Talwar Gyurjin Dungal Mebe Deva Damba Dan Mindal War Gyurjin Yiring Chadan Yidan Jai Tanyam Chembo La Nebara Gyurjin Chazi Wadan Chuji Shaban Dan Jesu Yiran Kushi Sowai Gewai Jongsi Dagi Jisaba Tamji Dagi Changchu Chingo Sashi Pechu Choshi Medo Dam Rira Lingshi Nide Gembadi Samji Shingdo Migde Puwa Yin Jogun Namda Shingla Chuba Shoy Semje Namgi Samba Dan Doyin Chedai Chedawa Chejon Temoin Degbai Chuji Kolo Gondo So
Namo Laye Kedan Ludan Nujine Ke Chubum Tadan Miye Kenam Tang Rova Kunjedagi Je Zambar Tamje Kedodagi Chudun To Daja Ke Tamba Nyame Tupewambe Shabjedur Chimamebara Gowe Rabdudude Gosum Kubachimbe 찬서르싱 접순 치워 다자 기 빨든 람마 리다 찡쿠르잔주 찹다 가드는 총밤에 비터 전부 초게 샵지들 마음에 봐라 고비 랍드드데 고슴 그 빠진비 찬서르싱 접수 치워 다도 셈지 탐지지 주 진질라버 제도 솔 Palden Zavela Rimbo Che Dagi Chiwurpeme Dejula Garden Chimbugone Je Zonde Gu Song Tuje Mudrupzaldu Sol Wana Namkatan Nyambe Semjen Tamjen Namjen Lanameba Yangdaba Zobe Sanjiju Kompar Bochala Gober cha de chedo talam tambe chu sammon chepalla chu nimbe kunlonda kujen nambradabe sen sar tela kan sembrachabe chu ne. Hello everyone, Your Eminence, Your Venerable Rinpoche, Venerable Lamas, Gelongmas, monks and nuns, dear brothers and sisters in the Dharma. Nice to see you all well and looks very relaxed and happy in this quite difficult time of pandemics. Entire world is affected by it, so you look like doing well. That's wonderful. And today's subject is inner peace. When our subject is titled as inner peace, then the other side of the inner peace is outer peace. So many times we somehow get little bit mixed up about inner peace and outer peace. Outer peace is something that everybody experiences, and the inner peace is what an individual experience. Individuals' inner peace will be heard and seen and felt by others, of course. But it will be quite different between the person who reached the inner peace and those of others who are experiencing somebody else's inner peace or its effect. So now let's look into this. Of course, in a philosophical and religious, then it is something that everybody know, I think, such as nirvana, Buddhahood, etc., or pure land, pure realm, etc. So these things describe the outer peace as well as inner peace. If this world becomes pure land, then that is outer peace. But for somebody like me, in my kind of mentality and thinking, which is through, I think, my experience in life so far, to transform this whole world into a pure land is, I can't say impossible, because I can't believe in impossible. I don't believe in impossible. Having said that, then there should be some use for this word impossible, which is in the dictionary, every dictionary, Oxford, everywhere. So we have to use it somewhere, and that should be one of the use of the word impossible. Because to transform this whole world from North Pole to South Pole, from East to West, everywhere, transform everything into a pure land, totally, for everybody. That is just a wonderful prayer. And other than that, it is very hard for me to be very serious about it in a technical, time-bound manner. Of course, I keep on praying, of course. But individual peace, that is absolutely not only possible, but that is a destiny, individual peace. Individual peace by definition is when you feel so content and you feel so confident that no matter what, you are not going to be affected by it in a negative manner. Everything will affect you in a positive manner. If there is a fire, it will be you will be the fuel, If there is a water, you will be the fish. If there is a wind, you will be the bird. And if there is a mountain, you will be the rocks inside the mountain, so on and so forth. If there is a space, you will be sun and moon and stars. And so there's nothing that can affect you negatively. And that is absolutely possible for each one of us. And I am quite sure each one of us up to today, there was moments or even long moments. Long moments makes minutes and hours and days and weeks and months where we experience these. Yes. And some people experience these, 365 days a year, round, 24 hours, round. Yes, but they are true yogis. And most of us, including me, try to be one. And sometimes sort of manage, and sometimes slip back like climbing a mountain of sand. You climb 10 steps, you slide back 9, sometimes 9 and 3/4. But actually you achieved something. And then you go on and you go on and you go on, and you think you didn't get much further because you are looking at the top of the hill. But when you look back, actually you climbed about a few hundred feet already. So like that. Sometimes a bit scary because you came so far, and the destination is a bit far away, but when you look back, it is a bit scary. So like that can happen, of course. That is individual peace, which I'm talking about. So individual peace. And then the outer peace, inner peace, outer peace. We have to differentiate between these two. Now, the inner peace is very important for me, for you, individually, very important. We must achieve some aspect of inner peace, at least in the experience level. When we say inner peace, then we should be able to know what we mean. Then when we say outer peace, then all of us know what we mean, because we saw what is not peace, So when we are over with them, then it will be peace. So that part we are quite good at doing and saying all kind of things about the outer peace. I am one of them who started long back and still try to do things because you can see what is not. Therefore, you can also guess and perceive what could it be. So that way, outer peace. Now both inner peace and outer peace is actually what life is all about, and what everything is all about, I believe. And as a practitioner of Vajrayana Buddhism, what Buddha Dharma is all about for sure, and what Vajrayana teaching of Buddha is for sure absolutely. That is for both outer peace and inner peace. And I will add into that by saying it is more like achieving inner peace first, and that way then outer peace, for which one will contribute. And as you are pursuing the inner peace, then outer peace is also at the same time it is evolved. So that way, I have a simple example for it. You might say, I am one of the 7.8 billion human beings on this earth. And what difference can I make? Whether I have achieved some sense of contentment, some sense of confidence, how can this affect? I give you an example, very simple. It can be a huge pool of water. Let's say a lake, a sizable lake. And you are a drop of blue color or green color or red color, any color, but those colors are nice, purple, they are nice color. So you can be any of those color, but a drop. Maybe make a little bit more, a glass of color. And when you pour in it, then that entire pool or the lake or the pond becomes a little bit green, little bit blue, little bit purple, little bit yellow, little bit red, for sure. If not, then if you pour 1 billion cups glass of color, it will not make it any difference. It will not make any difference. So if one doesn't make the difference, 1 billion doesn't make difference. So one is 1 billionth of one, and one is making a difference, therefore 1 billion will make a difference. So, of course, but magnitude of the effect depends on how deep your inner peace is. For example, great arhat, like Ananda, like Rahul, like all of these thousands and thousands of arhat, disciples of Buddha Shakyamuni. So they are affected by the enlightenment of Buddha Shakyamuni, which in Theravada practice described as Tathagata Arhat Samyak Sambuddha. So Arhat. And so that way, all of these great Arhats are the effect of the Buddha Shakyamuni. And in Theravada teaching, the highest effect. And as a result of their effect, see right now, all of us from all parts of the world, 9 languages, learning the teaching of Buddha, even for a short while, that's what we are doing. And all of you doing full time. You're part and parcel of the Dharma center, Dharma community over there. So that way, its effect is very obvious. So that way, individuals' effect for entire humanity is very much evident. Then we can say, how can individual effect of human being can affect the entire 6 realms of sentient being, from gods in the heaven to the beings in the hell, or the animals, or all size and shape and forms of animals. So how can this affect everyone? Of course, because each and every one of us are coming from all the realms. I am not saying I remember. Then I will be a charlatan, because I don't like to be so many things, out of which one of the things that I really don't like to be is a charlatan, because I'm a religious teacher, Dharma teacher. Then most closest possibility for me to become is a charlatan. If I say I see past, I see future, I can see your past and your future, then you will be thrilled. And I can make lots of relative temporary impact, good or bad, I don't know, but in all of your life. So it is a very easy possibility, ready-made possibility, but I don't like to be, because in my understanding of history of Dharma, sacred Dharma, there isn't that much of damage happened in the history of Dharma. Because of that, we still have the precious lineage, we still have so many wonderful things, but all the damage that happened, all the deterioration that took place, it is not coming from the followers. It is not coming from the disciples. It is coming from the charlatans who sit up here and talk down. And so there, the disintegration and all of the shortcomings and contamination of the pure lineage all comes from way up here. So that is not. It's not that. Not only that I don't want to be, but I dare not be. So Dharma is so precious, and anybody who contaminates it and destroys it is terrible. And for me, I don't want to have anything to do with it whatsoever, consciously, knowingly, So that way, I don't mean I remember. I don't mean I remember your past life. I don't mean any of that. But having said that, then now I can talk, So having said that, then each one of us have been from all kind of shapes and forms of sentient beings, from the gods in the heaven to the asuras, titans. It sounds nice, right? Then from animals, some of them sounds nice. Have been dinosaurs, especially Tyrannosaurus Rex, like that, quite powerful and impressive, and then lions and tigers and elephants and deer and all kind of beings like that. I associate with them with admiration. But then not only that, we cannot be choosy because earthworms, spiders, dust mites, water bear, so on and so forth. Goodness sake, they don't even die, the water bears. The water bears are sent to the space station and then bring back and put water, and they bounce back to life and start to wobble around, so they don't die. So all kind of shapes and forms. So we have been, not only once, countless times. And then, not nice at all, hungry ghost, not nice at all, in hell, we have been countless times. So that way, we have been everything countless times. Now there's so many things to say, but I have no time to be funny this time because we have very short time. So otherwise, I love to be funny because it makes me happy when I can say something funny. And I can see a little grin in your face, and you can't help showing your truth. Even you hide it with doing your best, still it peeps out, So that makes me happy. But unfortunately, we have no time for that luxury this time. I should remember I'm on a Zoom. I'm on a Zoom, okay? I'm on a Zoom. Okay, so now in this case, so we have been everything. We have been everything. Now, the effect of the inner peace of Buddha Shakyamuni affected beings of all realms, and we all coming from all realms. And we all affect other realms, sentient beings of other realms right now. I will say, those of you who are wonderful Dharma practitioners, any animal that come across your way as your house pet, I don't like to say pet. It sounds like you are exploiting them to be in place of a rag doll. It is not. So they become part of your family member, small ones with lots of hair, with 4 legs and a tail, so cute. And so they are very lucky because they are born as an animal, supposed to be lesser than human. Sometimes I'm not very sure because some of the animals seems very, very sincere and truthful and also loyal and very appreciative of anybody's kind gesture, and also very sensitive. They can feel what is going on in your life. And you have some sickness also, they can feel. Interesting. So anyway, we have to spend lots of money and time and so many needles and stuff. And also we have to we have to be exposed to so many these waves. They say they are harmful. I don't know, but it got to be, because when I go to hospital and have X-ray, the doctors and nurses, they wear something like a medieval armor, So then they click on me, and then they just disappear somewhere and click on me, and then they come back and dressed normal. So something has to be pretty bad. But anyway, we have to do all of that to find out. But dogs and cats and house animals, they know, they can smell it, they can feel it. So they are not 100% lesser than us, but anyway, they all have the Buddha nature, and they are very fortunate to be part of your life. I don't mean you should go out and get a house animal family member right away. I don't mean that, So that's a big responsibility. But if you already have, they're lucky one. Effect of somebody's inner peace realization, that is enormous. And now, when we talk about peace, immediately what comes into your mind is world peace. In my mind, world peace, we are, when we say that, we are remembering, we are having flashbacks from some sources. We don't remember past, that's what we think, but maybe we do, but we don't know. But anyway, we remember something from some sources, First World War, Second World War, and ongoing conflicts throughout the world. And then to overcome all of that, and world without any conflict, that is what we think of as world peace. But then, when you really look into Lord Buddha's teaching, only go to the first teaching, Four Noble Truths, and the truth of peace, that is cessation. So cessation of what? Cessation of the cause and condition which makes us to have inner conflict, which reflects externally as the outer conflict. Some of us have certain type of karma that we can project our inner conflict and impose it onto others, and then make a war and things like that, wage a war and declare a war and things like that. Yes. There is people in our kind, humanity, so many who have that capacity. Some people might say unfortunately, but I will say fortunately. Because fortunately, I and most of you, maybe out there some people who have that capacity, I don't know, but most of you, we have no karma for that capacity. So even you feel so much in rage, maximum that you can do is go to the kitchen and break all the cups and plates. That's maximum things that you can do, And more than that, then neighbors will call the police, and you will be behind bar. Forget about making any kind of negative impacts, but you can't even do your regular everyday things. So you will be restrained, if you don't behave, they might put you inside a straight jacket, so you can't even move your hand. They have to feed you like a baby with spoons because they don't want you to grab them and hit them and scratch them. So like this. So that way we have no privilege. In my case, unwanted privilege to cause the disharmony in a big scale. Now then, when we talk about outer peace, inner peace, and world peace, and universal peace, and universal harmony, inner harmony, all these things, we are talking about the same thing. What makes us not in harmony is our selfishness, our greed, our hatred, our jealousy, our ego pride. All comes from nothing wonderful. All comes from ignorance. In order to be jealous, first we have to be ignorant. So we have to be so ignorant, so when some of our friend doing well, we get jealous. You know? So what kind of ignorance does it take for you to be jealous? You can only be jealous to somebody you know, somebody close to you, a family member or friend. You are keen, you get jealous. With strangers, you don't get jealous. So like this. So aggression, all of these things are like that. And greed, for example, greed. It is very, very tricky. Our ignorance can become so confused. And then what will happen? You wanted to have something that will destroy 100 life. Then that's not enough. 1,000 life. Then that's not enough. 10,000 life. Then that's not enough. 1 million life. Then that's not enough. You know, if you can, you wanted to wipe out life of all of those who you think, who you consider your enemy, and you wanted to wipe them all out at the push of a button, if you can. Don't you think that's terrible? Do you think that's wise? I don't think so, because every person that you eliminate like that, they will have their friends, their relatives, and their kins. Not only that, all of your friends also will become worried about you, you know. And then after some time, then you might be worried about your own hand, because this hand have pressed so many buttons. So this hand is scary, you know. You might have nightmares about your hand. Your hand might become like the snakes on the head of the Madonna and try to bite you, you know. So things like that can happen. So that way, the ignorance, when it's manifest without wisdom, without mindfulness and awareness, then it can become all kind of things. So that way, the cause and condition that makes what is not the outer peace, that is this ego, this ignorance, this selfishness. So outer peace, inner peace, world peace, harmony, all depends on this. Everything is because of ignorance, the self, the ego. When we look into this, if we look into a very sacred word from our sacred teachings, then nature of mind and nature of consciousness and nature of body and nature of all phenomena, all same nature, same essence. There isn't two essence. One is the essence of the mind, one is the essence of the consciousness, one is the essence of the body, one is the essence of outside of our body. No. All is same. So, keeping that in mind, then I can reflect on three things. Okay. The first is essence. Essence of everything is emptiness. Okay. Let me first spell out the three. Essence of everything is emptiness. Essence in Tibetan is like ngowo, or essence or nature, ngowo, and in Sanskrit sababia, sounds like French, sababia. And that is emptiness. And then now the character, or rangjin in Tibetan, character in English, character is clarity. Character is clear instead of unclear. Character is like a wisdom, like a clear. It is not like ignorance, unclear. So clarity. Then nampa. Nampa in Sanskrit and Tibetan, I think in Sanskrit it is a prakar. And so way it appears, nampa. And then nampa is in Tibetan mangakpa. Ngakpa means cessation and not cessation. What is not cessation is ever present. Nampa is ever present. And so in Sanskrit, anurad. Nampa is anurad. So this way, ngowo, rangjin, nampa, so three. Of mind, of body, of consciousness, of all outside phenomena, three. Ngowo, rangjin, nampa. Emptiness, then nature, characteristics, then way it appears, or manifestation. So three. Now, in these three, these three encompasses everything. When we say, I am practicing Dharma, sacred Dharma, with this robe, then, and also with this kind of way I look, then you have immediately, he's a Tibetan, he's a Buddhist monk, he's a bhikshu, all kind of things. And then you have some sort of very much 100% religious perception, and then 100% Asian perception, and 100% then Buddhist. So that way it somehow makes you think of this as a something, something. But in essence it is not. The ngowo, rangjin, nampa of Asian, European, African, American, or earthlings, Martians, or E.T., alien, everyone is exactly identical. Not only that, of the glaciers of the North Pole and South Pole, North Pole doesn't have that much glacier, just ice. So Greenland and Antarctica have lots of glacier. And glaciers of the Himalayas and Andes and the Caucasus and the European Alps. So everything is same. And the surface of the earth, the water, the forest, everything. And core of the earth, whatever it is. Some says big magnet is there. Some says big magma, very hot center, whatever. I think something hot is quite clear, because if we are hot, we feel hot because we are closer to the sun, then top of the Mount Everest will be very, very hot. So it is not. And then also in that case, the plain, someone living in a basin will be very, very cold, far away from the sun by several kilometers. And but it is not hotter there. So therefore, there's some truth there. But at the same time, that also does not really convince me 100%, because in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, even the sea level gets very, very cold, and sea is frozen, So therefore, it doesn't work 100%. And at the same time, being a little bit, how do you say, from the childhood, influenced by the geographic, then the highest point on the earth is not the Mount Everest. Actually, highest point on the earth is the middle of the ocean, because the earth have a pot belly. And so the fattest part of the pot belly of the earth is the middle of the ocean. There should be several thousand, tens of thousands, 2-3 times higher than the Mount Everest. That is the middle of the ocean. So this way, a little bit confusing. Doesn't matter whatever is there, everything that is there, Ngowo and Rangjin and Nampa, same. Same Ngowo, same Rangjin, same Nampa. Okay? And everything. Then now, I will jump from here. I will make a really kangaroo jump, very big jump. So elephant cannot jump that high. When it comes to jumping, the kangaroo is the master. And when it comes to the the size, the physical size, the common flea is the champion. Because common flea can jump really high comparing to its body height. That will be the number one, and number two will be kangaroo. So there I make a big jump. Okay. Now, from this level of Ngowo, Rangjin, and Nampa to the Ngowo, Rangjin, Nampa of highest Buddha. So what is the Ngowo of Buddha? What is the Rangjin of Buddha? What is the Nampa of Buddha? The Ngowo, Rangjin, Nampa of Buddha. So it is the same thing, but here we have to make a little bit of specific adjustment in the language. Anybody, or the past Buddha, or the present Buddha, and all the future Buddha, all of us, all of you and me, all of us, future Buddha. So we all can be Buddha because of the Ngowo, Rangjin, and Nampa. And we will be Buddha sooner or later. Some of us take more time, some of us take less time. But time is relative. The scientist Einstein said it and wrote it. Time is relative. So, but it is relative, I believe. But then for us, time seems to be quite something. Sometimes we have more than enough time, so we get bored. Sometimes we don't have enough time, we get stressed. You know, sometimes we have so much time for ourselves, we feel lonely. Sometimes we have no time for ourselves, then we feel suffocated, we feel stressed out. So that way, it is like that. Time is like that. Time is relative, yes. So the Buddha Shakyamuni of the past, present, and future. Buddha Shakyamuni of the present, and Buddha Dipankara of the past, Buddha Maitreya of the future, immediate, and all the others, every single sentient being is Buddha. There must be people whose name is Joan, so Buddha Joan. Then there's somebody there whose name is from top of my head, Maria, Buddha Maria. So anybody out there who are candidate of the future Buddha for sure, and so everybody's Ngowo, Rangjin, Nampa is identical. Then when somebody reach the Buddhahood, then his or her Ngowo become the embodiment of Prajna Paramita, primordial wisdom. That is the essence of emptiness. When we say emptiness, many people have old baggage of the language. Empty means empty wallet. My goodness, my wallet is empty, I'm in trouble. Empty cup, I'm thirsty, but there's no water, my cup is empty. Like that. So not that kind of emptiness. Everything is always open. You know? Therefore, anything is possible. Nothing is fully occupied, fully doomed. Everything can be and will be transformed, a good way or bad way. Anything is possible. That is definition of emptiness. So, so many teachings of Lord Buddha, volumes and volumes. But I will go to a particular four-line by Nagarjuna. And in his text, Umatsawa Shirap, he says, Tenjin Denjung Mayin Pe Chunga Yopa Mayino, So this 4 line is very, very simple. There's nothing which is not interdependent. Therefore, there's nothing which is not interdependent. Very simple. I just mentioned, I'm going real basic, okay? I just mentioned humanity is 7.8 billion. How did 7.8 billion came about? Interdependent manifestation of mother and father. Can you argue with that? I don't think so. Can you disagree with that? I don't think so. Mother and father, interdependent, then out of which 7.8 billion human beings. And that kangaroo jump did not take eons, you know. About less than 300 years back, Earth had only 1 billion people. Actually, about 200 years back, Earth had only 1 billion people. Now 7.8. So it didn't take eons. It just took centuries, just few centuries. Now, this way, you know what is emptiness. Now you know. Emptiness doesn't mean nothing is there. Emptiness means nothing is there more than interdependent manifestation of everything else, or less than interdependent manifestation of everything else. That is emptiness. Now that gives us very good next step. Very good. Because I, as a Buddhist, I can't hide my Buddhist identity. You know? So I, as a Buddhist, I don't want to hide, but even I want, I can't hide. What am I supposed to do? Then I, as a Buddhist, following Lord Buddha's teaching, I supposed to believe every sentient being as a Buddha. How do I do that? They don't look like a Buddha, and many times they don't behave like a Buddha, and they don't even sound like a Buddha many times. Although I haven't seen Buddha, I haven't heard Buddha, but you know, I have my own imagination coming from the lineage. So they are not. So then, this gives us very, very clear, key, enlightening metaphor. Let's say, okay, some other religion whose teaching is totally opposite to Lord Buddha's teaching. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there is, because there's nothing impossible. I don't believe in impossibility. Anything is possible. Okay, anywhere. If it is not on this earth, in some other universe, it's possible. Anything. So, then how can I respect that and appreciate that? Then, from this, we can appreciate that and we can respect that. Because it is part and parcel of primordial wisdom. Primordial wisdom manifests as a wisdom. Wisdom manifests as a knowledge. Knowledge manifests as an experience. Experience manifests as a guideline. So, if you make a simple thing as a Caesar salad, you know, very simple dish, Caesar salad. I like it very much, but Caesar salad, okay. You can't just say, just say hocus pocus Caesar salad. It will not happen, You have to have all the ingredients of the Caesar salad. You have to prepare it like a Caesar salad. You have to have the dressings for a Caesar salad. There's few different dressings for Caesar salad. And then it will look like a Caesar salad, taste like a Caesar salad, and smell like a Caesar salad. And it works like a Caesar salad. Like that. So interdependent. Okay. Now let's put like this. Caesar salad or Russian salad, or some other salad like cucumber salad. What is the difference? It's just difference of way it is made. But all is salad. So Caesar salad and cucumber salad is totally two different things. Doesn't taste the same, doesn't look the same, doesn't smell the same. But they are salad. Coming from the same human effort and same human knowledge, same human experience. Our dogs, they are very nice and very dear to us, but we ask them to make a Caesar salad, they don't know how to make. I'm almost sure they don't know how to make. Yes, if you put all the ingredients there and then we manipulate them to jump around, they will jump around and make it look like a Caesar salad. But we have to put it together and put it in a clean plate, so that way, they don't know. But we know, so through experience, through knowledge, through wisdom. But that comes from primordial wisdom. Does it take a primordial wisdom to make a Caesar salad? Definitely not. But without primordial wisdom, there will be no wisdom. Without primordial wisdom, there will be no knowledge. Without primordial wisdom, there will be no experience. Without primordial wisdom, there will be no ways. So, simple thing, making a plate of Caesar salad or bowl of Caesar salad, normally it's served in a bowl, and or very, very sophisticated, highly specialized brain surgery. In between these, difference is huge. What goes wrong if you get Caesar salad wrong? And what will go wrong if you get brain surgery wrong? Can you compare? Of course not. So, but both of that coming from the same experience, technique, knowledge, wisdom, source and essence of all of that is primordial wisdom. So that way, we make this big jump between just a simple task of a human to the greatest achievement, the Buddhahood, both coming from the same source, ngowo. Ngowo is emptiness, shunyata. Emptiness is wisdom. Wisdom source is primordial wisdom. So that way, then we can have a grasp on it. We know what we are talking about. When we can make a connection to all of these. Otherwise, if we talk about emptiness to somebody, it doesn't make sense. it almost sounds like something terrible, you know. You teach about emptiness. You're not teaching the fullness. It sounds very unlucky teaching. Your wallet is empty, your account is empty, terrible. So you want to receive the Dharma teachings, then your bank account will be full and overflowing, right? Your wallet will be full, so that it will be ready to burst. So lucky teaching, not that kind of emptiness. Emptiness, shunyata, prajana paramita, very, very sacred. But many people don't understand when you say sacred. They think sacred means out of touch. Something sacred, you have nothing to do with it, because you consider yourself not sacred. You know, people shy away from sacredness, holiness, all of these. They shy away. Why? Because they don't think they are not sacred. They don't think they are not holy. They don't think. They think they are not precious. So they don't connect with these things. We are holy. Each and every one of us are equal to Buddha. If Buddha is holy, we are holy. And every single thing, even a piece of rock or a piece of driftwood or anything or a handful of dirt, it is sacred and holy. It is part and parcel of everything. And everything is part and parcel of a primordial wisdom and its manifestation. So that way, the emptiness, the ngowo, is very, very basic and important for all of us. So this way, whether it can be like in our world, there's very few religion, very little difference. Christian, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, you know, animism. There's few religion, and they're very much similar. Some wears a white hat, some wears a colorful hat, some don't wear a hat but lots of hair. But anyway, it's all pretty much the same. And some wears long dresses, some wears everybody sort of like to wear long dresses, you know. So that is very trendy for all the religious practitioners, long dresses. Anyway, some covers the mouth, some covers the head, some covers the eye. So it is absolutely similar. So we can't really make that much difference. But one thing that I can make a little bit of difference is everybody who believe in something or who don't believe in anything, like agnostics, like atheists, non-believers, they call themselves. So they don't believe in anything. And then other part is they believe in something. Buddha or God or some entity in the space or the power of the elements or something they believe. So believers and non-believers. But then if you really go just a little bit, not a kangaroo jump, but a snail's pace, just a little bit, just cross the threshold, then you know, you believe in something, you believe in nothing. But you believe in something, one believe in nothing. Belief is there. Yes? So that way, it is still a belief. And I believe in not believing in anything. That is also a belief. I don't believe in anything. That is also a belief. I believe in something up there. That is also a belief. I believe in something in here. That is also a belief. When it comes to belief is concerned, it is the same. But why? Because primordial wisdom is essence of each and every one. Therefore, when they experience it, then they believe in it. But someone experience it from sort of outside sort of sense. They get sense of something coming from outside. You know, I have quite few friends who say that they hear voices, but actually they're hearing from their own head. But they hear voices, then they think it's coming from outside, you know. So they believe in something outside. And then some believe in inside, inner essence. I don't have to have anything coming from outside. I have everything inside. Only thing that I have to come from outside is my food, my water, and my clothes. That I have to come from outside. And my shelter, that I have to come from outside. These are not very important, but quite essential, because without that I will die, you know. Not very big deal, but I will die. So therefore, these things are essential. But most important thing is my inner peace and my inner life. And that is from within. That is inside. So primordial wisdom is the source of all of this. Believing, non-believing, outside, inside, everything. So there, this. And now I wanted to draw a conclusion, but I want to draw a conclusion by describing certain teachings of Naropa. Tilopa, some certain teachings of Tilopa. When Tilopa encountered somebody who does not believe in inner potential, but it was a he. So he believed in outer influence only. So he don't believe in awakening from within, but something is gifted from outside and given to you from outside. So when somebody like that he encountered, so he taught them a very simple few points. First is, now if you wanted to look at the ultimate truth, primordial essence, primordial wisdom. That's what he's talking about. So anyway, if you wanted to look deep, you look with the eyes of the blind. You know? So what does it mean? So eyes of the blind means the mind's eye. Mind's eye, the highest and most profound aspect of mind's eye is non-duality. So if I try to see the ultimate truth as an object and me as a subject who wanted to see it, and through the means of my physical eye as a form, I will never see it, because there's no one particular form Having said that, all forms are the form of the ultimate truth. All forms are the forms of ultimate truth. You already see. So you wanted to see the essence of it, then you have to use the deeper eye, the eye without duality, the eyes of the blind. So I hope you get it. If you don't get it, then I'm making you more confused. So that is not my intention, okay? So anyway, so this is what Telopa say. For me, this is fantastic because I get a lot from this. Then, now, then he say, if you wanted to, if you feel thirsty, then you drink the water of the mirage. You know, mirage, if you are in a desert where there's no water, then you can see some sort of water and some sort of lake and some sort of oasis in the distance, and you go, and you find nothing. So that's how so many animals and so many people die in the desert, because they think there is water and there's no water. It is illusion, mirage. So if you are thirsty, if you wanted to quench the thirst of wisdom, if you want the knowledge, very simple, you go and learn. You open a book, you go to a library, you attend a lecture, you will learn. But if you really wanted to quench the thirst of wisdom, then you drink the water of the mirage. Because the true drink is the nectar. Nectar is not something there physically like a water, but it is there as the essence of everything. And mirage is not a water, but the heat of the sun, the light, and the heat of the desert, and the air in between, which are actually the source of the water. So mirage is water in the making. You know, water in a large scale. You see 100 kilometers of water making interdependent manifestation on the horizon of the hot desert, especially when you are really thirsty. And then you are really seeing the water, but not the water that we can drink in our hand. So drink the water of the mirage. Yes. So nectar, he's talking about the nectar, the essence of everything. That is nectar. Then the Telopa says, if your mind get scattered, like you are not able to concentrate, because we all influenced by our habits and influenced by our defilements, then we are ineffective. It is lack of focus, lack of coordination. So we become ineffective, inefficient. Our efficacy is down. So we are not able to concentrate. So when this happens, then he say, fill the vase, the vase, fill the vase with the air. What does that mean? Actually, There's a deeper meaning to it, but very basic meaning is we don't have to do anything, but we just breathe properly. He say, fill the vase with the air. So when we are not able to calm down, then what happens is capacity of our mind and our body become inefficient. As a result of that, then worldly things or spiritual things or very important things or just unimportant things we cannot accomplish. So therefore, we should conserve our energy and channel it properly. So the deeper meaning is very deep, but surface meaning is calm down and breathe properly. So this is what that means. Then at the same time, the last one, the Telopa says, I, that Telopa, is free of all fear. That means he's fearless. He's not bragging, So what does that mean? So if you wish to see the truth, ultimate truth, and if you wish to attain the liberation of your primordial potential, and in today's relating to today's subject, if you wish to attain inner peace, then you have to have this transformation, and you have to evolve this from the physical eye to the mind's eye, from the dualistic eye to the non-dualistic eye. The same way about everything else. Then you have no fear because you are part and parcel of everything. If you are afraid of a wild lion, if you are lion, you will not be afraid of wild lion. If you are afraid to fall into the deep space, but if you are part and parcel of the space, and if space is part and parcel of you, you will not fall off anywhere. So, ultimate essence of everything and everyone is interdependent, interconnected. So, because of that, Telopa have no fear. Telopa will not drown in the water, not because he have a magic, but Telopa and water are same. Telopa will not be burned by fire, not because he have some kind of trick. Like those magicians, they have some trick and they don't get burned. For a few minutes, they don't get burned. So not like that. He and Telopa and fire are part and parcel. Telopa will not be squashed. Even the Mount Meru is put on him, because he is part and parcel of the Mount Meru. Or any other example. You can say engine of a big freight train. Mount Meru is, nobody knows where's Mount Meru. So let's say in Europe you have Mont Blanc. So Mont Blanc is very big, very heavy. So if Mont Blanc is put on Telopa, Tilopa will not become flat, because Tilopa and Mont Blanc are same and one. Okay, so that way, and Tilopa will not be eaten by European dragon. You know, you have lots of dragon history. Asia also have lots of dragon history, but Europe has so much. Every emblem of every country have a dragon on it, with wings, without wings, all kind of dragons. So Tilopa will not be afraid of dragon, because he is part and parcel of a dragon. So like that. That is the definition of no fear. It doesn't mean he's so dumb that he don't know how to be afraid. It's like people in the coronavirus world refuse to wear mask and go into all kind of places and catch themselves the disease and spread disease to other people. Not that kind of fearlessness, you know. That is not fearlessness. That is just absolutely stubborn or absolutely irresponsible or something else, which I cannot wrap my head around it. I'm here in this place, this small monastery of about 10 acres in this wall. I'm here for past almost 7 months. So not because I'm that afraid, but you know, I don't want to get sick and I don't want to spread sickness to anybody. Very simple. So like this. And so that way, the fear is there. But when you and the coronavirus are one, then coronavirus definitely not wearing mask. I'm quite sure, right? So that way, but that is very bad example. But I think bad examples are very good way to explain, because bad things we can relate to very easily most of the time, because we are not enlightened yet. We are not Buddha yet. If you don't know how to relate to bad things, that means you are not Buddha, but you are some sort of going on that direction, because before the aeroplane takes off, you know, it has to make lots of noise and lots of shaking and lots of struggle, and very dangerous actually. It can explode. So really a crucial moment. And there you become more dualistic. And so when we become a little bit more dualistic about good things, then we don't know how to relate to bad things. But then when we take off in the sky, when we reach quite far, then there's no discrimination between rich and poor, healthy and unhealthy, medicine and disease, all of these things. So that is what we call siddha. But we don't have it. So little bit of water is very good. But too much water, we get drowned. Little bit of fire is very good. We can cook our bread in Europe. We can cook our rice in Asia. We can cook also a potato in West. Many countries like potato. And over here, rice and flour. So that way, very good. But too much fire, no good. We will burn our house down. So too much fire, no good. So we are at that level. In that level, then inner peace and individual peace is quite attractive and quite wise. But when we reach above, we will go above the inner peace, then outer peace, the universal peace. It becomes a reality. And now one last thing. So what about after enlightenment, when Buddha reach enlightenment, when you reach enlightenment and become Buddha, then how does everything work? Does it work the same way? The Ngowo, the Rangjin, and the Nampa, the same way or not? Of course, the same way, of course. But its level is primordial. So, when you become the Buddha, you are absolutely beyond any limitation, because Buddhahood is not result of cause and condition. Buddhahood is beyond interdependent manifestation. Up to the last moment of Buddhahood, everything is interdependent manifestation. Yes, guru, disciple, practice, perseverance, dexterity, all kind of dedication and motivation and so much up to a certain level. But beyond that, then it is above that. So it is directly not connected to any cause and condition. So because of that, then it is primordial. If I have to choose a word between is the Buddhahood permanent or impermanent, I cannot say Buddhahood is impermanent. Then you become Buddha, work very hard for so many lifetimes, and finally reach Buddhahood, then impermanent, then you again become a sentient being in the samsara. Then it sounds quite something. It is not like that. But cannot say permanent. Why? Why I cannot say permanent is the same reason why I cannot say it is impermanent. Buddhahood, I cannot say impermanent. You understand that? But I cannot say permanent. The same reason why I cannot say permanent, because permanent is opposite of impermanent. And permanent is same limitation of the permanent is same as limitation of the impermanent. Therefore, it is limitless, beyond any limitation. So, we cannot say impermanent. And I am itching to say it is permanent, but I can't say it because I know it is slightly sounds better, but same as saying impermanent. So because of that, it is eternal. It is for all sentient being. It is with no limitation. And then you will say, Buddha's activity, teaching of Dharma, first teaching, second teaching, third teaching, all manifestation, all the Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, what about all of them? Of course, they manifest, but they are spontaneous manifestation. In Tibetan word, Situpa. Situpa means spontaneous manifestation. How can that be? What is their cause and condition for that? Then I have to come back. I have to make a kangaroo jump backwards. Okay? And then I say sort of cause and condition there. Why? How? When you are not Buddha, but you wish to be Buddha, you have taken Bodhisattva vow. You say, I wish to liberate all mother sentient beings from the ocean of suffering of samsara. You have taken that vow. And when you reach the Buddhahood, as the result of that original vow, then you will manifest whatever is beneficial to others. When the disciples are ready for very basic teaching, Buddha manifests teachings like Four Noble Truths. Then when disciples are a little bit more evolved, then Buddha manifests teachings like Six Paramita. Then when disciples are highly evolved, then Buddha manifests teachings like transformation of 5 poisons into 5 wisdom, like the teachings of 3 kayas, like that. So it manifests. From Buddha's side, there's no such thing as a dualistic effort. It is spontaneous. But from the recipient side, yes, because somebody who don't even have the basic understanding of the suffering of samsara, if you teach them, there's no difference between samsara and nirvana, then they will just go on with their own rubbish things. I mean, don't mean rubbish, their own habitual things, and never evolve. They will never evolve. So therefore, the first basic teachings are manifest, of course. But it is not Buddha thought about it, and Buddha hesitated whether I say this or not, and they finally made up the mind and said it, not like that. So this way, Buddha's manifestation is spontaneous. How does it manifest is because of the original motivation. And Buddhahood itself is not result of any cause and condition, but up to a certain stage it is. Up to a certain stage it is. So that way, what is inner peace? Then now one last thing. I want all of you to sincerely believe in yourself that you all have the uncorruptible. You all have the uncorruptible, primordial wisdom as your essence. What you have to do is very simple. You have to let it function. Not by delusion, There's people who think they are this, they are that, That is delusion. Not that. But if you just calm down and relax, then when these layers of things, first layer is a very mundane thing, your stress, your memory of all of these habits. Somebody did something, somebody said something like this, like that, so many things. If you are a tall person, somebody said you are a giraffe, then that really sticks in your head. And if somebody is short, then that somebody says you are a midget, that sticks in your head. And anything like that, If you are tall, no good. If you are short, no good. If you are fat, no good. If you are thin, no good. If you are rich, no good. If you are rich, they will say you are filthy dirty, filthy rich. That's no good. And if you are poor, they say you are dirt poor. That hits you, that's not good. So all of these kind of things sticks in your head. And then so many other things influenced by and fueled by your attachment, anger, jealousy, pride, all of this, and other people's attachment, anger, jealousy, pride, all of these things. So all of these things are very, very, very mingled up. And as a result of that, you have so much layers of, I call it, stress and confusion and neurosis. So when you just sit down and relax, so sometimes it takes long time, sometimes it doesn't take much time. It depends on so many things. We have no time to discuss about those things at this point. So these layers you just overcome one by one, just like an onion, you know. When you peel an onion, you have a little runny nose and a runny eye, but onion is emptiness inside. So you just peel, peel, peel. So all of these layers fall off. Then deep inside there, you can feel this ineffable, uncorruptible, perfect stillness, richness, profound essence. You can see it, you can feel it. You can see it with the eye of the blind. You can hear it with the ear of the deaf. You know, you can speak about it with the tongue of the mute. So like that. So that you will experience. So that way, then you know what is the source and potential of inner peace. And then how much further you want to go is up to you. You know, in Theravada level of practice, to reach Arhathood, which is Nirvana, I think it takes around 15, 20, 30 years of absolutely following all the precepts and practicing shamatha and vipassana day in and day out, day and night. Even in your sleep, your mind remains at peace. And zero belongings, zero attachment, zero anger, zero jealousy, zero ego pride. So this, when you achieve this, then all the karmas are transformed also. Because everything is a result of karma. So when the result is purified, the cause is purified as well. And further karma does not commit. So this way, it takes about 15, 20, 30 years. And if you ask me, I am not pursuing that. Okay? It doesn't mean it does not worth pursuing. Of course, it is a great essence of Lord Buddha's teaching. But I personally think one way it is so easy, so comfortable to pursue that. Another way it will be so hard and so difficult to pursue that. So there is almost schizophrenic, manifestation there, easy as well as difficult at the same time. It's a paradox, but it is. And during the time of Buddha Shakyamuni's manifestation on earth, that time there was thousands and thousands of arhats. I don't know nowadays there is or there is not. I don't have that kind of wisdom eye to see and discriminate. But with my dualistic mind, then I don't see. Any arhat in me or any arhat in others, I don't see that. but that is my problem. That is not Arhat's problem. Okay? So then Bodhisattva, then become a Mahasiddha, and then reach a Buddhahood. All of this is based on that first step. First step is you have to reach the Arhathood. Okay. So therefore, you all should at least experience that perfect potential of, deeper essence of peace of mind. You should experience it. Then it will stay with you, definitely. Yes. And then how much you wanted to pursue further from there is up to you. Okay? All the best. Today is the last of the 3 teachings that I have conducted at the wishes of everybody, of course, but at the request of Palpung, Ireland. And so I talked a little bit more today because this is the conclusion, and I hope your timing is not messed up with me talking a little longer. But anyway, my intention is good, I tell you. So I wish you all my best, and take good care of your physical health. And right now, I think most of you have limitation in your physical health capacity, just like me. I am not a Mahasiddha, so I can catch coronavirus, yes, and many other things. So be very careful, and then do your best to use every moment of your life for a deeper purpose. Last 2 times I talked about other subjects, and today's subject is connected. So meaningful life, and then what is freedom, and then inner peace today. So they are connected. And I'm happy that I managed to do this, at least this much for you. But it is not coming from me. Of course, it's coming from me, up to a certain extent. But the essence is coming from all of my gurus. Their wisdom, their compassion, that resonates through my sincere words. Okay? And then their wisdom and their compassion resonates, their masters, their gurus' compassion and wisdom. And that resonates the compassion and wisdom of Buddha Shakyamuni and all the enlightened ones who followed that. So it is from everyone. And I'm just a servant of Buddha and servant of all the masters who I represent. And then follower of all of my guru. Okay, so all the best. Buddha bless you, Buddha bless you, and Buddha bless you. But if there's anybody, everyone that I see here, I know all of you are Buddhists, that I know. But if there's anybody listening who are not here, because these days this technology reaches very far. So anybody who does not believe in Buddha, absolutely fine. If you believe in being a good human being, having a positive potential, and having the potential of love and compassion and wisdom, and believe in the truth, whatever it is, believe in the truth truthfully, then that is perfect. So that bless you, okay? And believe in any God or any other supreme beings, you believe, fine. So that bless you, okay. Let us make a simple dedication for the enlightenment, and in today's case, inner peace of all mother sentient beings. And especially in today's world, outer peace as well. Outer peace is very, very, very important, because so many people will not even learn about the inner peace and the outer peace, and they will have no time to do so, because potential of the destruction of today's conflict in this world is uncomparable to anything of the past. In medieval days, people running around with sword and shield and spears, and then at best bows and arrows, and then after that at best crossbows, and then after that meanest just cannonballs, so you can dock it, you can move away from it. It's so big and coming pretty slow. I don't know how slow it is, but big cannonballs don't even go straight, go up and fall down. So you can run away from it. But nowadays, really, very, very deadly. So we pray that world will have a relative and outer peace also. We shouldn't be just busy about inner peace and then forget about the outer peace, and then we will be in pieces before reaching the inner peace. Okay, so we pray for that. Yeah.
Sunam de Tamje Zebani, Tomne Nib, Danam Pamjene, Jagana Je, Balaban Truba, Sibian Solen, Rowa Doverashon, Jambala Pavu, Chitara Chambata, Kundu Zambo, Teyang Tejin, Teda Kunji Jesu Dalovjin, Gawan de Datam Jarabto, Ho, Sanje, Kusum Nebe, Chilapta. Chuni minjuru dembe chilapta, genduni michen dembe chilapchi, chitab ngowa malam rubar sho, jina dewa tsosong, pendian namka chabarasho, duna dunghar dagi kur, kowa dunghar jejamso, tongbar sho, ambendar sato samaya manu palaya, bendar sato tinopa tita, dido mebawa, suto kayo mebawa, supo chayo mebawa, Annorato me bawa sarvasidi metayetsa sawakama sutame zitam hiriya guru hung ha ho bhagaven sarva tatangata benzar mahami munza benzar bawa maha samaya sato